Tim and Tony podcast brings you
the Mild Manner Movie Review with your hosts, Tim
and Tony. On this week's episode, we will be talking about The Searchers,
along with everything else happening in the geek world.
Are you good? Are you not entertained?
Cool party.
Great Scott! I have an army.
We have a hope.
Yeah, but don't forget,
Welcome to Earth.
I'll be back.
You play ball like a girl!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Fucking spectacular.
offensive.
Touchdown.
All right. We're watching the Notre Dame Northwestern game.
Yes.
So if we get distracted, you'll know why.
Yes. How was your week?
I was good. I've been maybe not so much movies, but more video games this week.
Yes.
A lot more.
Yeah, I don't think I watched maybe one new movie this week, but I don't remember what.
One new movie, definitely.
Oh, yeah, one for sure. Maybe two. Yeah, but Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, that came out
The 26th, and today's about a week ago.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, Friday, a week and a day. Yeah, but it's awesome.
Yeah, you're the one that's been playing it.
Yeah, it just gets better and better.
Yeah, that's one that I'm probably gonna have to go back, or I'll probably get it next year when it's cheap.
When it's cheaper, yeah.
And by the time I catch up with all my games, I have been playing Spider-Man. I got it like the day that the DLC came out.
Yeah,
Chris was finished with the game, so I got it. I've just been playing
that.
So I'm probably gonna get just the DLC and
play
just buy the DLC for like $10 or whatever. But the game is so much fun. It's like almost the perfect Spider-Man game.
I can't wait.
There's like so much to do, and you just keep. It's so good.
Yeah, I think I'm like 20% done with the story, and I think it's like overall I'm 30% done, and I have like 20 hours in already. So it's like a percent.
Oh yeah, I think I'm at like 50 or 60%, and I just got to like all the big things happening. I'm like, oh wow, there's so much. And then I've been playing a lot of Destiny, is what Destiny is. I've actually finished both the raids now. I had the clan I'm in, they took me through it.
Through the whole thing.
They Sherped me through it, and I got through it. And I was up till 3 o'clock last night doing it. It was from 8 to 3.
Yeah.
It was almost like a job.
Yeah. All right, well, let's jump right into our first segment.
Clark Kent's just a mild-mannered reporter.
He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
General,
Haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press?
I'm not a cop. I'm a reporter.
Gossip, rumors, panic in the streets. We're lucky.
Vicky Vale. I'm intrigued by Alex's giant bat story, so I...
The Batman.
Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
the police won't help. The press has to do the right thing.
You serious?
First up on the docket, the filming of the first 2 Avatar sequels wraps. I didn't even know they were filming these at the time.
I think I knew they were filming like all of them at the same time.
Yeah, because I think they have 5 planned, 5 movies total.
Which is absurd.
Yeah, so 2 and 3 are done, but we probably won't see them, they said, till 2020.
Oh, at least.
Because, they film everything in a... That's why there's no leaks. It's all on...
it's all on a set somewhere.
Yeah.
They don't let people come in and try and take
Yeah.
pictures and all that.
You wouldn't know what you were taking a picture of anyways.
You could literally make it whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh, these actors are in it. That's about it.
They throw people in the background.
Yeah.
Yep, and then Gotham, the last season premiere is set for January 3rd, and it's going to be a 12-episode season instead of 10.
Yeah, so
They upped it.
Yeah.
Didn't they up it again? Because wasn't it originally 8?
No, I think it was...
Or was that a different show I was thinking of?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine was...
Yeah, that's the one.
12, and now it's 16 or 18.
Yeah, that's the one, I think.
The only reason I'll be watching Fox, though, at that point. And then shooting over some more DC news, but in the CW, the Elseworlds crossover, we get our first look at the Monitor, which looks like spot on.
Oh yeah, it looks exact. I don't know much about it from comparing the picture. It looks exactly.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. And they were. I didn't have it in the news.
Fucking,
but...
what? Tommy.
Oh yeah,
Tommy's supposedly back. Yeah, possibly.
And then they're filming in Chicago right now for Wayne Tower. They're using the same one.
Oh really? They're using the same one.
Was it Chicago?
The Trade Center.
Yeah. No, Building and Trade or something.
Oh yeah, the Chicago version of it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. We should have went
one. I know. I just saw it today though, so they're probably gone already.
Oh damn it!
I think was it Guggenheim just sent a picture of it. It's like when you can't find was it Gotham in Vancouver, you bring Vancouver to Gotham or something goofy like that.
Damn, that would
just to go down there and see them.
Yeah, get our own news pictures, our own flash leak pictures. Yeah. Also, there is some jumping to Marvel. There's been a crowdfunded billboard in favor of rehiring James Gunn that popped up just about 4 miles away from Disneyland.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because, that would make more sense than World because everything's in LA, like
so
all the filming studios and stuff. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Next up, Supernatural star Jensen Ackles goes as Red Hood for Halloween, which people have been dying for him to play Red Hood.
I mean, he looks good.
Yeah, he did it very well.
Everything is so spot on.
It almost looks like, besides that middle picture, they all look fake.
Someone else did it.
Yeah.
Besides actually seeing him.
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome. Or even in the crossover.
Well, because Stephen Amell said he's not playing Batman, so he could still play Red Hood.
Oh, I know.
Because that looks like it could be a costume.
Blow people's minds if he showed up as Red Hood.
Even if it's just like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like a throwaway, like Supernatural even.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
And then the upcoming Birds of Prey movie is set to be rated R. So that
I think they're just getting rid of the
I think they've scrapped a lot of stuff.
DCEU, so nothing. I mean, they could be connected, but they're not planning on connecting everything.
Yeah, I don't think. Because supposedly, Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are like
in and out,
in the middle of nowhere. Like they're not doing anything. They're not. Yeah. They're not saying what they're gonna do.
Next up, The Witcher casts Anna Schaefer as Triss Marigold, which she's big in the game. So and it's like a second love interest kind of, or you can even make it like the main one. Yeah, because you get to kind of choose. But I guess this chick was in the last 3 Harry Potter movies.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember what character I don't remember.
Would she be like one of the other school in the blue?
No, because she was in only what was the 7th movie or
Deathly Hallows?
No,
seventh book was Deathly Hallows. Yeah, there's only 7 books. There's 8 movies. There's 8. Come on, Nick Jonos, where are you? Nick, we need you.
Okay, she was in the Half-Blood Prince and then Deathly Hallows,
6,
both of those. Yeah,
6 and 7, 8 movies. Yeah.
Yeah. So she wasn't in the one where they go to the different school, bring the other schools.
Yeah. I'll have to. We'll have to watch the movie later or touch on that later. Yeah. And some Game of Thrones news. We got a first look on the EW cover with what I'm assuming is Jon Snow and Daenerys, Dragon Lady. I haven't watched it, so I know it's like Targaryen or something. Mm-hmm. Targaryen. Whatever.
I think, and they were just talking about how they were shooting drones out of the sky, so no one could get a sneak peek of that.
Yeah, that's one where it's like you don't want to.
You don't want to.
If someone spoils that, there's gonna be hell to pay for that for sure.
Yes. And then we got Mike Myers, and I think he was on Fallon or
He was on Colbert, I know. Which
Maybe it was Colbert
he dressed up as like
yeah. I didn't
it's like a what is it? It's like a war person, but with like he had like a hat on, and then he took his hat off, and they put on like the beret type.
Okay.
So like red beret and like the green camo. Or it was from like an old movie. He said was the character he was
up
doing.
as
Yeah,
because he's in Bohemian Rhapsody, and then they got him saying that Austin Powers 4 is definitely a possibility.
It's looking good, why not?
Why not? I know I've been waiting since 2002.
Yeah,
for Scotty to be the bad guy.
Seth Green to come back.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of video games, Red Dead Redemption made $725 million in its first weekend.
Yes.
Which makes it the biggest entertainment opening ever.
On a weekend.
On a weekend for anything. Movies, video games.
I guess, was it GTA 5?
Number one is GTA 5.
But it was because the only reason it doesn't win is on the weekend is because it came out on a Tuesday.
It came out in the middle of the week.
And I think it cracked $1 billion.
It did. Yeah.
I'm sure as we're recording this that Red Dead has cracked $1 billion.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Just the amount of people I know playing.
Yeah. So many. Ian McGregor is going to be, speaking of Birds of Prey, he's going to be Black Mask in the Birds of Prey movie.
It's another interesting choice because you don't cast Ewan McGregor and put a mask on him. I mean, it works for Tom Hardy, but
it would have been great if they had Tom Hardy.
I mean, you could because no one really would see his face.
Yeah. Yeah,
but that'll be cool.
Sure
it seems like they're getting.
It'll be him becoming him, maybe then.
Oh yeah.
By the end of the movie, he's wearing the mask.
Or there'll be like a mid thing where it's like, oh hey, what's this mask?
Yeah.
Or they deeply set it up,
Yeah. Plus, I guess they say that he might fight Batman eventually, which would be awesome.
That'd be cool. And then some other exciting news. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence confirmed that Bad Boys 3 is indeed happening.
Yes. No Michael Bay, though.
That's disappointing because I want the Bad Boys 3, the soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Because Bad Boys 2, the soundtrack, is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that was did you watch the video of them?
Yeah. It was like they're on like the beach, wherever.
And then lastly, Jesse L. Martin to take a leave of absence from The Flash because of back pains.
I was just saying, hasn't he been like nonstop working since like The West Wing too?
Yeah, probably.
Hasn't he been like gone straight through?
Yeah, but even I didn't notice it at first until Luch brought it up. But like every episode, he was like sitting in. And then it gets really obvious because then when he is standing, he's leaning against something, and he's not walking.
Okay.
So he's like...
So they're really definitely just like leaving him like, okay, take it easy.
So I guess they're going to write him out for a little while. Not like kill him off,
yeah, but...
For a little bit till he gets better and then bring him back.
Okay. Hopefully he gets well soon.
Yeah.
And now it looks like it's time to talk about some new trailers.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Let's see. First up, we have the Orville Season 2 trailer, which is more almost like a teaser, really.
Yeah, they didn't give us much.
No, didn't really see a whole lot.
I wasn't like here. I still can't like hear myself well.
No, you're very quiet.
Right? I feel like I'm hearing it from your mic.
Or it could be, let's see. Oh, it's there. Try tilting this up, like back like that.
That way?
Yeah.
Is that better?
That sounds better.
Sounds a little better.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost there. I do like this. I'll be honest, I like this mixer. I mean, it's essentially the same, but it's a USB out, which that makes everything 10 times easier.
Yeah, instead of the audio interface.
So until I can figure that out, maybe we'll sell it to Guitar Center
and get
one
of these.
I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yep.
A lot of deals, but yes, back to the Orville season
yes.
2 trailer.
I love this show.
It's hilarious.
I watched the first couple, as they were coming out, and I was like, all right, like, wasn't really what they promoted it as. It's
right.
Like Fox wanted it to be Star Trek meets Family Guy, but it's not.
I think Seth MacFarlane was like, no, this is
my love letter to Star Trek.
This is Star Trek 10 times, like trying to make it better and more relevant for like the nowadays.
It's still funny. It still has its moment. It's not like that ridiculous humor though. Like it's it's all it fits where they did it. And I love that all the people in it are hysterical too. Like
all the actors they got.
Was it the driver or the pilot is he's in a bunch of stuff, but I know him from
I know who you're talking
Band of Brothers, Malarkey.
Yeah.
But he's like one of my favorite characters in that. But yeah, this show is great. I can't wait for it to come back. I'm glad it got a second. Fox, you got 2 shows, all right? But I won't be watching it. I'll watch it on Hulu, though. Just
slowly redeeming.
Yeah. And then next up, Friends from College Season 2 trailer came out. I didn't think this was going to get a Season 2.
Right. I think I watched the first episode.
Watched the first one.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was
okay. Funny, but I'm sure Season 2 they'd be able to get into more.
Yeah, they made it. I guess the creator / writer was talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a lot of feedback that like none of the characters are likable," and he's like, "They're kind of based off of us, so like we're not likable, I guess."
So people hate us.
Yeah. So he's like, "I'm gonna try to. They're gonna make the characters a little more likable, I guess, this season." And that cast is unreal.
I was just saying the amount of people how.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're doing their best to try and get everything, get it working. And how is it still unlikable?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then we also got a teaser trailer for The Witcher series from Netflix.
People were split on this.
A lot of people were very split, yeah.
Because it doesn't look like... Because I think more people play Witcher 3 than Witcher 1 or 2.
Right, which...
I played 2 and 3.
Which 3, he had the epic beard, which everyone was expecting, right?
Yeah, like you get to choose in that game. Like you could grow it out, you could shave it, you could change your hair and stuff, and he looks... If you look at him from Witcher 1, he looks more like that. Okay. Yeah, so I can't remember did they give him the scar on his eye?
I don't remember seeing a scar on this
I don't think they did, so I think they're gonna,
Which Henry Cavill's got to figure out his facial hair, man. Like,
he would look great in this,
I'm sure it's not him. I'm sure he's not like, you know what? A lot of people are going to be upset about
yeah.
I'm sure he's the one telling them that. They're like, no,
hey,
shut up.
What would anger them the most?
We got to figure that out, and we'll do that.
Yeah, because I'm used to, like, I would always have him the hair back and then grow the long ass beard and then either keep, like, the goatee long.
A little bit.
Yeah. But I'm sure they're starting them off early. And I think if it gets a second season.
Doing it early, then they'll start.
Yeah, then they'll start transforming into the Geralt that we know. Then next up, this one is awesome.
I don't know if I saw the right one of this.
There was a couple of...
Okay, I only saw like a very short...
Some teasers for What We Do in the Shadows. Which, have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen the movie. Which
it is...
From the clips I've seen, I'm like, this is hilarious.
It's hysterical. Like, if you love Thor Ragnarok,
I was going to say
it's same style of comedy. But the show looks... Which teaser did you see? Were they in the grocery store?
No, they were in like a basement, and
he was like, "When's the virgins coming?" He's like,
"Fingers crossed."
Soon, they're like,
"That's the one I saw."
There's the one where they're in the grocery store, and the guy's about to pay, and he's so in the movie they have like a servant like that, but it's a chick, and she's eventually supposed to be bitten later on. But so like that's that guy now, and he's like about to pay with the credit card, and he's like, "No, I got this. Take this." And he throws like just throw an ancient coin at me. He's like, "We don't accept these.
This isn't money."
Yeah, but that guy is familiar too, though. I can't remember
I can't put my finger on it, but
the other guy was in the It Crowd.
Oh, okay.
British show.
Which is actually that show's pretty.
The other vampire, not the guy paying. Yeah.
The It Crowd's pretty funny.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
I'll pop on a couple episodes every once in a while. Also, we got a trailer for Spies in Disguise, which is the animated one, right?
With Will
Smith and Tom Holland.
That was were the only two names I
think those were the only two they really.
There were some big ones.
There was a third name I can't remember, but
yeah, it's like him as a super spy, and then at the very end, Tom Holland's character turns him into a pigeon. It's like they can go anywhere
unnoticed. You turn me back right now.
And the other pigeon's like
it's basically like James Bond meets. I don't even know what he would meet.
Shaggy Dog.
Disney James Bond would
Disney
be
James Bond. Yes,
would be like the best way to do that.
Yes. And then next up, Isn't It Romantic trailer. Did you see this?
I saw this trailer. This
looks pretty funny.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is especially with she's gonna make it hilarious.
Yeah, Rebel Wilson, right?
Yep. Adam
Devine is in it. Yeah, there's a few other.
Is that Chris Hemsworth?
Liam.
Oh,
Liam Hemsworth.
Sorry, the same.
Yeah, it's like her. Like, what is it? She like hates comedy romance or
she hates rom-coms. Yeah. So it's basically like a 13 going on 30 type, where it's like
she wakes up and she's in a rom-com now. It looks funny though.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those comedies where it's just like rips on everything.
Oh yeah,
and it'll all be right.
It'll all be right. And then last up, we got the last Super Smash Brothers Ultimate last Thursday, I believe. We got a trailer and some gameplay in it. Yes. Which I'm not a big Smash, but I'll play it.
This one's going to be intense.
Yes,
it has literally everybody.
The campaign where they're showing you like going through the map just looks like it will take.
It's going to take hours, hundreds of hours,
weeks of gameplay.
Which is exactly what
I love the video, and then everyone was comparing it to Thanos.
Oh yeah, the snap.
Because it's taking everybody out, but I love that Kirby makes it. The only one is my favorite because that's one of the players that I will use. As Kirby.
Oh yeah, I mean that's most of the people's
main go-to.
Main's Kirby's main. Yeah.
Otherwise, I wreak havoc as Charizard. I don't play to win. I play to mess everyone up.
Play to screw everybody up.
And just charge them. And
Charizard is back.
Yes. But.
Oops. Alright, now it looks like it's time for some TvT Trivia.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Batman.
I'm Wayne Brady Benz!
I am your father.
I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman.
I am the Clit Commander.
Yes, I'm Batman.
I'm rich, biatch!
This week's theme is The Searchers. So we're gonna...
Yeah, which probably should... The Searchers is a John Wayne Western.
Yes. This week, because I don't think we didn't really say what's coming up.
Yeah, so since Red Dead came out, and we have, I think, another two... After this, another couple weeks of we don't have plans for movies. Decided to do a Western. And who better
than the Western?
Yes, John Wayne. And
John Wayne at the first Thanksgiving.
I was talking to John's brother-in-law Pat, and he said that The Searchers is one of John Wayne's best. So I figured
I think it's one of his favorite. Oh no!
Was that almost a pick?
It was almost a pick directly to them.
Thank God. So this is one of his favorites, I think.
That's going to be one of yours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think this was right in the middle of his career, 1956.
Yep.
So instead of quizzing each other again, because this one would be a tough, we would both have.
We would both
just need to learn everything about it. We actually prepared this time. We're gonna do.
I prepared more than last week.
I prepared today. So we're gonna do 3 trivia about the movie each. I think, right?
Yeah.
3.
I don't have anything on him, so that'll be your...
Okay, and then I did 2 facts about John Wayne that I thought were interesting, and 2 quotes that I liked that he used to say.
That you should live your life by.
Yes. Well, the first one I don't know, but the one I told
people,
you, yes. The one I read to you,
then
yes.
Yeah, first, absolutely.
You're first.
Yeah, I'll go first this week. So I'm taking mine from IMDb, and they'll probably be near the top because literally everything in this was just like, oh, this is all. I mean, this is all interesting. But my first one, like we were saying earlier, considering the part of Ethan Edwards to be the best character he ever portrayed, and The Searchers to be his favorite film, John Wayne named his youngest son Ethan Wayne in homage to his character in this.
It was John Ethan Wayne. I looked it up. So he didn't.
So he kept his name.
Yeah, kept his name, but
it's still like
middle
basically
name,
named him. Yeah.
Yeah, his youngest, right?
His youngest.
Right?
Yes, his youngest son.
Which is, if you don't say one, I have one off the top of my head. If you didn't do it, but you might have. But my first one, the day for night filming of Ethan's speech recounting his discovery and burial of Lucy required more than one take, only because the camera turned off in the middle of the first take, which I guess the director John Ford was like, that was perfect, like. And
that's the worst.
Yeah, so the camera turned off, and they never told John why, or John Ford why, because I guess he was like, he would like lose it if he found out.
I'm sure any director would lose it.
But yeah, the guy who played the Reverend and the Captain was unplugged the camera to plug in his electric shaver.
Oh my.
And they never told Ford until after the guy who played him passed away. They told him finally, and like I guess he just was like speechless. But he was like, it was like a travesty that they lost that take. Oh my god,
that would be.
Yeah.
That's that's one of those where it's like, okay, really?
Yeah.
When did you need to shave? Oh yeah, I see that one here.
Yeah.
Okay, my second one, because it's Disney related and I'm a Disney guy.
Okay, yeah. I think I remember seeing this one.
Walt Disney never told Fess Parker, his Davy Crockett star, that he was in demand by the great John Ford. Parker was horrified when he discovered what an opportunity had been denied. So basically, he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not going to tell you about this." To be in probably one of the best westerns ever.
He was supposed to be the Marty character.
Who would have made it 10 times better.
Yeah.
Most of my problems are about Marty.
Most of my problems are about Marty. All right, mine is so it's a kind of a two-parter. Was it Nancy Wood?
Natalie.
Natalie Wood.
I think you're taking mine.
Natalie
one of my
Wood
third ones.
And Lana Wood are related.
Okay, then you're not taking
well, I might be taking yours because so she's her actual sister, and she played Debbie when she was younger, Lana.
Okay.
And Natalie played the 15-year-old Debbie. But Lana's audition was she just went into the room with like who was in the room? John Wayne, John Ford, and someone else. Oh no, maybe it was just them two. And she didn't have to say any lines. John Wayne just picked her up and like was smiling the whole time. And he's like, "Yep, she'll do," and put her down.
Of course. That's back when it was like, okay, the actor, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
They don't have. There's no like national casting call in like hundreds of cities throughout the.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, man, I just knew how to ride a horse back in the day, and you could read some lines.
It's like part of my second problem.
It's like I could have been in a western if I could just practice riding a horse.
Now to be in a western, you just gotta go on the green screen.
Yeah, right. I think I was watching behind the scenes for the Magnificent Seven, the one with Denzel, and Chris Pratt, and like most of them had to learn how to ride a horse before they filmed.
Because this is like another thing I've heard. Like most actors in Hollywood, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I can ride a horse," and then when it comes to film, and they're like, "All right, get on," they're like, "What? What are you talking about? What horse?
What horse?"
I forget who was. I think Mark Ruffalo was saying. He was doing an interview in like one of his early roles.
He said he could ride a horse.
He's like, yeah, and then that's how he got the role was because he could ride.
But
I feel like that's popular. Like,
yeah,
you'll say you fake it till you make it, basically. You'll
All I
say
think of
whatever
is,
you can do.
Joey from Friends, so he's got the list of things he can do, and then like, well, she's like, "Can you do anything?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can drink a gallon of milk in a minute." Just pounds it. It's just spilling everywhere.
So my third one's kind of related to yours, but the mine's kind of a two-parter. Natalie Wood, speaking of yours, she was still in high school when the film was being made, and on several occasions, John Wayne and Jeffrey Hunter, so I think the Marty character, picked her up at school when she needed to be on set. So, like, all of her high school friends, because John Wayne was the guy back in the day, so like when he'd come to a high school and pick her up, they'd be like, "Oh, hello." But also, my second part, which is kind of a downer overall, but Natalie Wood is the actress who famously possibly got murdered back by Robert Wagner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's like a whole... I'm pretty sure it's her. I'm actually going to double check to be sure, but...
She was in West Side Story. I saw that.
And like Rebel Without a Cause.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's her. But she was married to Robert Wagner. I don't know if he's another big actor, but have you watched the NCIS?
I've seen it.
Okay,
yeah.
No, then he plays Tony's father. I'm gonna show you. Robert Wagner, who looks totally different now. So I'm gonna try and find. I'm gonna try and find a recent. Come on, no, now my phone's not loading anything. Images, but yeah, supposedly they were married, and she died on a boat, like mysteriously. Where like everyone, except everyone's like, "Oh, he totally did it," but he's not. He won't like talk to anybody about it. This guy. On the left.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
So there's some kind of controversy there, but
okay.
So they've been making documentaries on her life and her death. So, and it was the girl in this movie.
Yeah, older Debbie.
Older Debbie. Yeah.
All right, my next one. While
these are your John Wayne ones, or just
one more movie one.
Oh, okay.
While on desert location, John Ford was stung by a scorpion. Worried about his investment, the financial backer, C.V. Whitney, asked John Wayne, "What if we lose him?" He's like, "What are we going to do?" Wayne offered to check in on the stricken director. A few minutes later, he came out of Ford's trailer, and he said to Whitney, "It's okay, John. John's fine. It's the scorpion that died."
Let's see if I can find a fourth one. I'm just gonna do the old scroll and hopefully
don't get too near the end because they're not good at the end.
Okay, then I'll go back up.
It's like how it's just like them getting ranked on different.
On different
yeah. This is the top 50 in this list.
Oh, okay. Here's a pretty good one. John Ford, the director, made a point of hiring genuine American Indians for his films, and this one was no exception. The Navajo actually called him Tall Leader, as they appreciated the fact that he brought employment to his impoverished people.
Yeah,
that's that one. For being a movie set in like that time period, where you can't make this movie today because too many people would be up and out.
They would.
You literally can't make this movie today. The fact that they were like, "Oh no, it's totally cool."
Although it's like no one comes off good in this movie. Like,
no,
not one character. I mean, like Marty's the closest one,
but
sometimes
Marty's got some problems. All right,
but he's like the closest one that comes out like where he's not like. Because John Wayne's super racist the whole movie.
And then like the first thing he says to him,
the Comanches just like kidnapped these girls and then killed like the whole family. Like no one's coming away good. Maybe the one Mexican guy, he comes away pretty good actually. He's like, "I know you're going to your death. Here's some money back." Like he's actually the hero if anything. Okay, but I have.
I was gonna say you have more about John Wayne.
To John Wayne. This was also from his IMDb. His Wikipedia page is like
it's got
pages long. So I went on IMDb, but this is like one of the first ones, and I thought it was awesome. But after meeting the late Superman star Christopher Reeve at a 1979 Academy Awards, Wayne turned to Cary Grant and said, "This is our new man. He's taking over." I thought that was awesome.
That's cool.
And then this one is crazy. He holds the record for the actor with the most leading parts. 142 movies.
Wow.
In all but 11 films, he played the leading part of his career. So only 11 times.
11 movies? Man.
That's insane.
Dude, he'd be making so much money today.
Yeah, right?
and
I know, right?
Most of the actors making the money today, it's like 1 or 2 movies, and then half the time they're not even the lead.
Yeah. Okay, and then I have 2 quotes from him on he's being asked about his phony hair at Harvard in 1974. He goes, "It's not phony, it's real hair. Of course, it's not mine, but it's real." And then another quote by him. He's like, "I never trust a man that doesn't drink," and I thought that was awesome. That seems like something he would definitely say over and over again.
That just seems like that's him. That embodies him.
Yes.
Overall. So that's been our new trivia segment.
Yes. Depending on what movies we do in the coming weeks, we're going to finish up the other trivia.
Yeah, we'll finish what we started, because
I think let's go up to like 200 points or something. I think we're really close to 200.
You're at like 170 something. So yeah, a couple more.
A few episodes to 200. Yeah. But now it looks like we're done with trivia, so let's move on.
It's now time for the main event.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Hold on to your butts.
Our review of The Searchers.
And now for a short summary.
An American Civil War veteran embarks on a journey to rescue his niece from the Comanches.
Simple.
Yes.
For a 2-hour movie.
For a 2-hour movie that really gets into it. Wow, Michigan beat up on Penn State.
Jeez. But you're up first for your top 5?
Yes. I didn't put it on the list. I just made...
I'm going to get surprised.
Will you, though?
Yeah, probably not. Unless you got a good one. Real good one.
Yeah. I did okay.
Out of left field, just shout out to
worst movie ever.
Shout out to one person.
Okay, so my top 5, and I'm gonna go no particular order because I didn't really. As I was watching it, I would
think
just jot
every
down
week we do. I pretty much. It's impossible to order them. Yeah.
Because even if you did it like chronologically, it'd still be. Well, a lot of times the end of the movie's like got the better parts.
Yeah.
So excuse me. So my number 1 is like the intro credits, how it's got the credits up front.
Yeah, instead of the end. Because the movie just ends.
Right, it's just
really
like,
weird.
Because usually with westerns, you'd be like, oh, okay, they're riding off into the sunset or whatever with like the credits starting to come down.
Nope.
But no, this one starts with the credits and like the music, like the western music. where they're actually playing and it's not like tuned or anything.
Yeah. I
thought that was really cool, and it's just a lot of these are typical stereotypes of westerns that I like, but I like them. Like. I like Western movies, but I haven't seen a ton of them, which is weird. So kind of speaking of that, my number 2 is how it kind of sets up like the stranger / mysterious guy rolls in, just kind of strolls up into a town or like a house where it's like you're like, oh, who's this character? What's his deal? What's his story? Why does he not like this guy? Why is he really like? And then you kind of get all that revealed throughout the rest of the movie.
He really hates Marty. Even at the end, I don't think he likes him. Maybe a little bit, but not. He respects him. He doesn't like him. If anything.
Yeah, because you can absolutely respect someone, but you don't have to like.
He calls him Blankethead the whole time. Like, he gets super offensive.
Like, even when he first came in, he was just like, he goes, "Hey, Uncle Ethan." He's just like, "Shut up.
I'm not your uncle.
You're not family." He just kept
multiple
telling him that
times
the whole time.
too. Yeah.
So that's my number 2. How it's like, he just kind of rolls up. You don't really know. A lot of his lines are like, "Oh, well, why can't you be like a ranger? Oh, are you wanted for something?" He's like, "I don't know. Like, maybe."
Yeah, maybe.
He just gives like the who's asking. Who's asking? So it's like the mysterious person.
Yep.
So along with that, number 3, it seems like the Westerns invented showing the passing of time by showing like, oh, they're in the desert, and then everything's covered in snow, and then everything's in, and then like,
and then the outfit changes.
Yes, they either wear more clothes or they wear less, and then like they're like, oh yeah, last winter or last summer. You're like, wait a minute, a year passed.
Yeah, there's always like that one line where it's like, it's been 3 years. Like, oh, okay.
So it's like, okay, now we jumped. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for not leaving us in the talk about that.
I mean, that kind of goes into not a problem but
not a problem.
But I'll get into that when we get there. That's a problem. My number 4, John Wayne.
Yeah.
That probably should have been my number 1, but just straight up the way he plays it, like just him being the Western guy and doing all this. It was. I think this is my first like John Wayne Western that I've seen.
Okay, I've seen a couple.
Well,
I think I've seen
a lot. The problem is a lot of them all blend together. It's like, oh, okay, the guys go out to try and find someone. There's Indians there. There's families.
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen parts of a lot of them. Like growing up too, like where like I'll be watching a movie and be like, oh wait, I've definitely seen this part at least.
This looks familiar.
Like,
Why is this all?
My grandpa would watch them, and then my dad watches them randomly. Like I think what is it, Christmas Eve? They always do a John Wayne marathon, so I'll always catch like parts of them whenever I'm over there. So like I've seen parts of almost every single one probably.
All combined.
But only seen maybe I've only seen maybe 3. This would be 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of 140, whatever.
Yeah. Well, they're not all Westerns, all right? No, well then, I've seen The Quiet Man is probably one of my favorite John Wayne movies. It's not a Western, though. He's in Ireland, and he's like an American.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the greatest fight scenes of all time. We have to do the movie just for the fight scene.
That.
It's spectacular. It's like they travel across a whole town fighting people. It's like unreal.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then my number 5, it kind of sets up, even though it's probably not like the first Western by any means, but it like sets up the template or like a standard for a Western movie, being like all the things that you have to hit. You have to include this. You have to have them do that.
Yeah.
And just the quality of how good this movie really was overall.
It holds up too. Like there are some old dated things, but like
there's some obvious things because it was 1950. You can't do a background. You have to actually go there
or have a guy play a Native American that's German and like no one gets away with that anymore. But like,
and if you did, you'd be ostracized for it.
Yeah, but it works. I mean,
within the context of the movie, it all works. But yeah, like that's like the high standard, and almost all Western movies after have all the like scenes where it's like, okay, you got them out by like a campfire with like the background, like the long riding shots of them on horses. Like you have to have those in a movie.
Bunch of gunfights.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like this one, it was just so good.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And yeah, mine were more movie related instead of specific.
I think because I did my honorable mentions are kind of like yours.
Oh, okay.
where I had picked certain scenes in my top 5.
Honestly, I liked a lot of the quotes in this. A lot more of the quotes in the.
There were some good lines, some good one-liners.
Some of them were a little like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing, but
yeah,
a lot of them was good.
And I remembered two of the trivia things that I wanted to do was, the kid who runs up like near the end where he's like yelling to the Reverend.
Yeah,
that's John Wayne's first son.
Oh, really?
Firstborn son. Yeah, Patrick Wayne, I think. And then the other
Did he
one.
have a son named Bruce?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Because
he'd be rich right now. One of his kids needs to name their son Bruce.
If your last name's Wayne and you don't name your son Bruce, or your name's not Bruce, like
at least a middle name,
right? Some sort of, or just Thomas or Martha, even.
Thomas or Martha.
Like, come on.
And then the other one was that the guy she was gonna marry, Charlie. How he's got that crazy accent. I guess he was making
or the
fun
guy's
of.
Laugh.
Yeah, he was making. Oh yeah, his laugh is amazing. I love that laugh. And then when he does, it's like almost like a sarcastic version of it. It's still good.
It's even better.
I guess he was making fun of. Oh, I wish I would have screenshotted the thing, but he was making fun of another Western star, but like very over dramatic. And the director's like, "I like that. Do that." and he's like, "Wait, no, I don't want to do that."
Wait.
Like the director convinced him, and I guess they call that accent. It's like a Colorado dry land or something. It's something weird,
something like that. But that's cool. That's
I thought that was awesome because he was a great character too.
Just sitting there like playing his guitar.
Yeah. All right, so my top five. My number 1, John Wayne. I mean, these aren't in order, but kind of almost in the order I watched it, if anything.
That's typically how I do it. Like, I'll watch it, and then if I have any others, I'll
but John Wayne, like, for the reasons you said, and like, I don't know, he just commands the scene.
Absolutely.
Like his presence in the, like, he'll take over any shot he's in.
No matter how many people are in the scene. Like, there could be like 20 people, and he'll just be like, nope.
You're focused on him, and he delivers. Number 2, that ambush scene on the river is like nuts. Like even when they're retreating is crazy.
Also,
there was someone got trampled, like for real, and they cut away like instantly. I was like, oh my god.
Whenever there's like horses involved and like a lot of
I felt so bad for that horse at the end that was like couldn't catch its legs or anything. It was like, oh my god, someone get that horse.
Someone go get it.
Yeah, see, Peter would like unload on them for this. But that scene is just great, and like even when the Reverend yells at him for shooting, and, like after they're retreating,
the scenes between him and the Reverend are so like good. They're like tense, but you like who's really leading those.
Then number 3, the trap that John Wayne sets for the guy who just gave him the information. Because you're like, why is he throwing more wood on there? And then I was like. And at first I was like, "Oh, is he leaving him?" Like
that was my initial thing.
And then
I'm like, all of a sudden, totally packing up, and
he's leaving him. And then I was like, "Wait a minute! Like, why would he leave all this stuff?"
Also,
there?
if he had an hour head start, you're in the middle of damn desert. Where are you gonna catch?
Yeah,
like,
I think what he was doing with the fire was making it so that they knew where he was.
Yeah. That's what.
And then, like as he's hiding, and I love that he just left the other guy there or left Marty there, and then shoots him. That was a great one.
That was perfect.
And then number 4 is this is like a 20-minute, just since the scene where he thinks he's selling the hats for the blanket.
Oh my God.
Starting there up until they get rid of her is just great. John just messing with him the whole time. And then like he kicks her when he kicks her.
It's down the hill.
Amazing. He boots her like both legs down a hill. It's just ridiculous. But I love that, and she's following him. And then what is it? He keeps going, "Look, I didn't want to get you." So she's like, tells him that he can call her "Look" now because that's what she thinks. Yeah, that was great.
Also, that kind of adds on to my point where it's like John Wayne, his character. He's like, "Oh no, this is what she means," or like, "This is what."
Oh
she
yeah,
said.
he knows.
How does he know? Like the whole even at the beginning, it's like, "Oh yeah, the whole war. Like I was there." It's like, "No, you weren't there. Where were you?" And he goes, "Don't worry about it." It's kind of like
there was two, that just reminded me of like the reasons why he wants to kill the Comanche so bad. Is like there was 2, and One I didn't notice in the movie, but the one I did, that he definitely was like at one point in love with his brother's wife.
Oh, that was that's
really obvious, right?
That's super obvious.
I guess people didn't catch that. I was like, oh man, I caught that
also,
right away.
that could be because maybe more recently all the movies that
Have
we've
been
seen
doing
are
that?
all pretty much like that.
So like that was, and
Or
like, he
like
wanted to
that's
get revenge
that's
on them.
that's like a trope. Like, oh
Yeah.
you know,
And then
the old guy comes in once every couple of years. Like,
and then the other one was when Debbie, the little Debbie, goes and hides by the grave, by their mom's grave, his mom's grave.
Yeah.
I guess it says like murdered by Comanches
Oh,
or something.
really?
Like
Okay,
taken
so-
away too soon by. So like that was his
that
two
would be
reasons to get
which
revenge
makes
on them.
tons- which makes Marty's line of like even at the word Comanche he goes
Yeah,
crazy.
he goes
like
nuts,
that makes
yeah.
total sense then.
Yeah. All right, my number 5 was Mose. Just a great character. I took one of his lines.
You mean Cousin Mose?
That's got to be where they got it from. It's
Honestly,
funny
I wouldn't be surprised if
in Red Dead 1 there's a Mose.
Oh, really?
Or Moses, but it's very close. He plays a very similar character. Yeah, but his character is great, and I love that it, like even like I forgot about him. Like that's why he's at the bottom of the list, and then he popped back up. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about him. And then my honorable mentions are kind of just movie stuff, but like the stunts. Like everything's practical.
Everything has to be practical then, which is so great.
Them shooting on location, like there's certain scenes where like you could definitely tell. Like, there's one where they walk across a pond that was on a set somewhere.
Where the background was all fog.
Yeah,
like,
that one was a set.
That was clearly
a lot of it you could tell was on location.
The trap scene that was on somewhere.
Yes. That trap scene. Yeah.
But like all the rest of it. When they're riding the horses, like that's all there.
Yes,
which is so cool. Which it seems like every Western movie has the same damn 4 mountains. Like,
I guess that's John Ford's favorite place to film. That's why.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Let's see the Marty and Charlie fight scene at the end is great. Just like they're biting each other, and then he goes no kicking, and he kicks him in the face, and that's great. And then just like the acting in general for like because like when you get shot, you have to act that out. There's no way to show you getting shot.
There's no like research at the time of being. I'm actually maybe.
Yeah, but there's no like there's no blood.
Right. Yeah.
It's like to show you have to act like you were actually shot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so like they do it pretty good. That was my bad.
Just gotta play with. As long as we don't touch that chord.
Yes, we're good. But those are my honorable mentions then.
Huh. All right. So moving on to my favorite problems, right?
Yes, problems.
My favorite problem.
Favorite problems.
All right. So my problems with the movie being a like 70-year-old movie almost at this point.
Yeah, right.
Like, 56, so 60 maybe.
60.
62. 70 because it's not 2000s anymore. It's two.
Oh yeah.
See So 18 and
50, 60.
18 and 44.
No, 60 something.
Okay, 60 something years
62, I want to say.
Okay,
that's old.
It's a 60 to 70-year-old movie. How when they like show like the times have changed, so they've been riding a horse for like years straight, literally just riding. Like I get that's what they did and had to do back then because there was no transportation, but it's like just searching for 3 years for.
Well, they're not going to show you
I know that, but
and hunting.
You're going to do that for 3 years straight. It's absurd, but it did happen.
He was on a mission of revenge.
It's on a mission from God.
He was.
But that's just like crazy. Like, it's not so much a problem, but it's like, okay, really?
Yeah.
Really? They could have had like more like settled in towns or like go back and be like, okay, we'll go search this. Because they went, if I'm reading the movie correctly, they went north to the Dakotas because there were buffalo and bison. So I'm assuming that's where they went. And then they're like, all right, no, now we're going to New Mexico. It's like, that's cross country, man.
Yeah.
That's okay, that might take a year to get there.
The buffalo scene was great too. He just kept shooting them. He's like, we got one already. It's like, well, now none of them are going to eat.
He just punches them in the face.
He decks him in the face.
A couple times throughout the movie, he does that.
He does not like Marty.
No. Which brings me to my number 2 problem. Martin Parley is like a 10-year-old the entire movie. He's just, I mean, I'm sure he's supposed to be like playing like a younger guy.
I think it was
Probably
like
like
15
teens.
they
Yeah.
said, and then so like by the end he'd be in his early 20s.
Right. But the entire time he plays like a 10-year-old.
Especially after those first 3 years.
He just like whines all the time. He doesn't get that the girl is clearly wants
my
to,
God.
like the entire movie he's just like,
all right, I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I liked him for the most part.
Right,
For
but
the
he
most
was
part.
just annoying the whole.
That scene, I hated him.
The first 3 to 5 years, I'd say he's annoying.
Okay, I did like him. I think it was after when he set the trap, he got a little better.
Right, because I think at that point he's like, okay, I realize kind of what he's doing.
Yeah.
But even then, he's like, you could have shot me. It's like,
you could.
This dude's picking off bison and shit. He's picking off Indians across the wall. Like he's not gonna
a giant river.
And then even when he's like, oh, what if you hit me? He's like, too bad. Like,
that's one of my quotes, actually.
Oh, damn it! Sorry.
No, I think it's one of my quotes.
Okay.
Yeah, almost.
Those are my problems.
Yeah.
But other than that, I enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a period piece movie, which is like it's great to watch that kind of thing. Like you said, watch the acting, watch all the like scenes and stunts and stuff that they had to do.
Yeah, the way they shot it too. Like, there's reason behind almost every. Like when we see him enter through the door. Like they're showing her, you can see her back, and then clear view of John Wayne, and then the same way on the exit, him, and then the door closes. Like
it's all behind them.
Just
everything shoots the way it needs to be to work, just so you can see what you need.
Yes. All right, but my one problem is the gun covers that they have in the beginning of the movie.
But it's a really cool way how he just picks and whips up. That's the coolest thing.
The only thing that was good for. And then they put it back on for some reason, and like
apparently he picked it up.
The thing is like. They're very like I wouldn't say like they're probably very accurate, but they're close enough. Like the outfits, but like those things just look so clean and new. Like they would definitely just didn't fit.
I was that's probably more of like all right, we're in this setting, throw it on there.
Yeah,
and I'm sure John Wayne was like, nah, screw this. That was like him doing it.
Yeah, but
I mean that was a cool scene. But you're right. Yeah, that's
other than that, they kept putting them back on and like all right, now you got to take it off again to shoot. Like. It's not really doing anything.
It's not practical in a gunfight.
No. You're wasting time throwing that thing off.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to favorite quotes. Let's see. Well, I have 4.
So do I.
And I feel like we might have an overlap. Maybe. But my first one is, I forget, the mother, I think Lucy. She said it, or when they're all
Lucy's mom.
Yeah,
Isn't Lucy the one?
Lucy's mom. Yeah.
Lucy's the one that was going to marry.
Yes, you're right.
Charlie.
So the mother, Mrs. Whatever.
Vander. It was something.
Yeah.
Like Germanish almost, right? Because it was Lars was the dad's first name. I know.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then, okay, but whatever. It was like early on in the movie, and where she's like trying to get like all the kids quiet or like eat or something, or they're asking John like a bunch of questions.
Oh, that mom, not the.
No, yeah, the original.
Original mom.
Not the. Not that mom.
Okay.
Not the one who reads all the. Not the school teacher.
Not the school teacher. Okay.
Where she goes, let's go enjoy the dusk, and where they just like move 10 feet onto the porch. And I mean, it looks really beautiful, like with, like the outline and stuff, and it's like. That's all they had to do was, hey, let's go enjoy the sunset again. Like, I like that. I like that line.
Okay.
Let's go enjoy the dusk.
That wasn't that. I do have another problem. Was that scream right after that was just not good from the daughter?
Oh, but she does get smacked for it though, which is awesome.
Yeah, that scream was just not good.
The mom immediately is like, "Shut up."
Yeah, Jorgensen is the other family. Lars Jorgensen.
Yeah. My number 2 line, just like the way he says it, is John Wayne when he's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to find Lucy if they're still alive." I mean,
he says it so many times,
like 4 or 5 times.
They even brings it. Was it Brad?
I think it was like was Brad or it was Marty?
Was it Brad?
Stop saying that.
Brad was the other character though, right?
He's the
that
one.
dies.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, Brad.
Because His parents that they go.
Yes, and he was dating Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, it was just like if they're still like the way he says
alive.
Like he knows that there's a chance they're definitely dead.
Yeah,
but it's like he still does. My number 3 is it's Marty and I keep saying John Wayne, but I mean that's really
just say John
Wayne.
Yeah, Ethan.
Ethan, yes, Ethan Hunt. Marty goes, the horses are acting mighty nervous. He goes, they just smell a change in the weather. Shut up about the horses. There's no one following us. Like, he just kind of plays it off.
Although, yeah, like Marty does notice those things, which I thought was,
which I'm sure makes horses
because he noticed them like, hey, like these tracks are funny, and then they cut him off because I bet you he was gonna say like they're heading back that way.
Also, wasn't he part Indian? So I mean,
1/8 or something. They said,
1/8.
Yeah.
Even he's like, yeah, you're just a quarter Cherokee or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, you're.
Yeah.
This movie was made then. And then this is kind of part of your favorite scene, but John Wayne goes, "Oh, you got yourself a wife, Sonny." He like smacks him. He's like, you keep going.
You got yourself a wife.
But yeah, those were my top.
Those are your
4
top
quotes.
You didn't cross over to mine at all.
That makes for a better episode, I think.
Yes. My first one.
We do this for you guys.
My first one is John Wayne. He says it twice or 3 times maybe, but the 2 I remember is when he goes, I think the sheriff's like, you can, or the captain's like, you can head back. He's like, or you can quit. He's like, that'll be the day. And then he says it like, you might die, and it'd be like, that'll be the day.
Or he goes, oh, if you keep saying that, I'm gonna punch you in the face or something. Or I'm gonna knock you out.
That'll be the day. Yeah. And then my second one is Moe's. After everyone says something to him, he always goes, "Thank you kindly." Like no matter what, even if it's insulting.
I mean, all of his lines, like when they had that like shootout, he's like, "Oh, thank the Lord for bringing me whatever." It's like.
And then my third one is when they after the trap was set, and Marty's like asking like, "What if you missed shooting that guy?" And he's like. John Wayne just paused for a second. He's like, never occurred to me.
What do you think?
Yeah, that was a great one. And then my last one is during the Charlie-Marty fight. When Charlie stops mid-fight, picks up a fiddle and goes, wait, Marty, somebody's fiddle. And then I think, I don't know if he throws it or Marty throws it, and then they just start punching each other again.
It's like one of those comical, like, hey, wait. Everyone
fiddle.
stops, and then it just keeps going back to the brawl.
Yeah, that was perfect though.
Oh, I shut off the outline. I was like, oh, I'm done. Psh.
No. If we were to recast somebody,
impossible.
Well,
okay. It depends on. Did you write anyone who we were?
I wrote
recast?
none. But I mean, if I had to, if gun to my head had to choose, I would just say Jeff Bridges again. He did good in True Grit.
See, that's a movie I want to see because isn't the girl?
It's Isn't it Haley Steinfeld? Or it's
either her or Shailene Woodley. I think it's Haley Steinfeld.
I think it's Haley Steinfeld.
Because she's the girl in Transformers, right?
The new one, yeah.
Yes, then yes, it's her. I'm going to say that with 100% confidence, even though I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I do know. I got it.
Yeah,
if anyone, that's a good.
He does a good job.
Western.
Yeah,
he's got that like gruff like look.
He does, and he could do that. He can play that off. Or like Kurt Russell, I would trust as him in this.
So basically,
there's a few people.
So basically, the movie Tombstone.
Yes.
Or True Grit.
Or was it Hateful Eight?
Yeah.
With him in it, he does a good job in that. Like I could see some people can do it. But no, they'll never do it ever.
Oh, not to the level of.
I don't know. I wonder what hoops they had to go through just to do True Grit. I bet you they had to get everyone signed on first, or
just to for sure.
Because the Coen brothers did a remake of somebody else, and it didn't go well. Oh, the Lady Killers.
Yeah, the Lady
Killers. And it did not go well. So I don't know. Like,
what was that? I was actually reading something about that. I don't know if it was for that movie, but it was for like a Western where they're like, all right, well, we gotta really try this because the last time we did it sucked. Mm-hmm. So like we got to see who's gonna let us do our thing, and try this again.
Yeah.
I forget what movie it was for though. But yeah, it's a hard movie to recast.
Yeah, and then like once you get the,
you could do like the background.
Yeah, but even
then
you need
still...
somebody to be the lead though, and then you could base it off of that,
right?
Because you need someone to play the Marty character off of John Wayne, and
just have
off of John Wayne, off of Ethan.
Just have Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Just have them remake all the movies.
They could do it.
Them do like a 21 Jump Street end credits where they go through all of
his
movies. They just redo that. Channing Tatum was in Hateful Eight?
Yeah.
Where he did. He's actually kind of got that look where like the jaw is like squared-ish. Where you put a hat on him.
You put a hat on him.
The hat completes it, really.
The hat completes it. All right. Any final thoughts?
Maybe. Definitely jumped in the top. Maybe not one, but movie, and it's just like.
I put it up there. I didn't put it that high up there. I put
also
it as
my list is kind of in my head, and there's a couple where I'm like. Probably won't count as a Western, but they're on my list.
I'm gonna bring up like there's a few that would have been on the top of my list, but I ranked it different. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like you're gonna have some of the ones that
I feel like you're thinking of one or two of the ones.
Yours that you're gonna have.
I'm not gonna say them now.
Yeah.
And if you can guess them now, at me, but we'll see.
But yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts?
This was a great one. Nothing really. We kind of hit everything.
I was gonna say, you could pick a scene in a movie, and it would just be like, okay, movies nowadays copy this or have this look or, that kind of thing.
Because I think it was. Was it Scorsese? There was like a list of directors that were like, this is one of the ones that influenced me.
Just looking up online, it's like this is like top of all the lists
at
for
least
everything.
It's in the top 10 of almost every Western list out there. This is a good one. I wouldn't be disappointed to do another Western.
Oh, not at all. That would be
soon, but eventually.
Definitely
we'll have to do some more John Wayne for sure, and some more
Western homework.
Some Clint Eastwood.
Yes, like more instead
I've
of like
less of his.
Probably from the I would guess 30s to 60s would be John Wayne.
I think probably his first big role was 39 Stagecoach, which I was gonna pick that one. I was like, let's do one in the middle.
So I feel like he was that, and then Clint Eastwood probably took over the rest of them.
Yeah, he asked John Wayne to be in a movie with them, and he's like, your movies are way too violent. He's like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome that he went to him, though.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you want to be in one of my movies?
Mm-hmm. I forgot who. Somebody who asked somebody to be in a movie, and they were like, it's like, I really can't be in this movie, but trust me, I will be first in line to see it. He was like, my image wouldn't allow me to be in a movie like this, but I will definitely go see it.
That's cool. It's like, all right, yeah, that's why.
I forgot who it was. It was someone recent, though. It wasn't like an older actor, but yeah, I felt like it was something like that.
Which is probably going to happen more often, where it's like, hey, I would love to because of who's directing, who else is in it, but that's not my image, so I can't.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that's gonna moving forward. Or moving on.
A lot.
Probably a lot more, yeah.
All right. Now that we're done with that, let's rank some Western movies.
I think this image actually gives you a hint into one of mine.
I knew it. All right.
And don't you dare try and tell me no.
Before we go
How dare you?
I could have easily have done this, but I chose not to since the tone of this movie was not. I chose.
What are you talking about? A family gets ripped apart.
I chose all very serious.
Okay,
Westerns.
I will keep my list to the very serious one.
No, I want to hear your list, but eventually we're gonna have to do one of these.
Eventually,
parodies.
when I see enough.
I think
when I see enough actual Western movies,
for sure we're gonna have to do Blazing Saddles.
Okay, there's my number 2 one.
Yeah. And then we'll rank those type of Western movies. But for now, I'm going to give mine. You give what you... Throw all the serious movies you have in there, at least.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. All right. right. So I'm looking at a blank list. But okay, for that reason, then I'll put. I'll go Tombstone number 1.
Okay.
Okay, is that serious?
Yeah,
serious
that's serious enough.
Number 2, I'll put Searching. Or The Searchers. Sorry. Searching is a totally different movie. Totally different genre and everything. So 2, I'll put The Searchers. 3, I'll put... I'll keep it okay. 3, I'll put 310 to Yuma.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
I saw the remake.
Okay, that's Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yeah.
Okay.
And someone else.
There is another...
There's like an original one, and then there's that one, and then they're making a sequel, I think.
Are they really?
Yeah. Like the 1410 to 1410 to somewhere.
Somewhere, okay.
And it's not like the other thriller with Denzel, where they're like in a London subway.
Oh no, they're in New York subway taking Pelham 123.
I mean, either that one or I'm thinking of a different one. It's probably that I'm thinking of, but that's another good movie. Not a Western.
Not a Western.
Not related, but
Not a Western.
And so I got to put Django on there. We'll bump that to number 2 actually.
Okay.
So Tombstone, Django.
That's a tough
Or is that one of those that go
that
in
was
between?
Like, I put it on my list, but I didn't.
I mean, you could technically.
It does. It fills.
It is fills the criteria for a Western is like have a horse in it. Like
yeah. Like I would. The first half of the movie is more Western, where like as soon as that second hour kicks in, where
no more,
it's not a. It almost. Well, I guess the very end it becomes a Western again, but like there's a good 40 minutes where
it's not.
No, yeah, changes tone. I guess.
But
I would put it on there.
I'll still leave it on my number 2, Tombstone, Django, 310 to Yuma, and then I was at number 4, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, you had Searchers up there.
Oh, the Searchers was 3.
3, and then 310.
Then 310.
Now you're on 5.
That's the thing. On like an actual Western, I'm gonna go the TV show Bonanza. I mean that because growing up, I watched that show like because it was on what was it MeTV? Well, now MeTV.
Yeah,
PAX. It was on PAX, I'm pretty sure, or UPN or
UPN. That's what it was. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So that's my serious list.
Okay, what was the list you have written down there?
It's not written down, but it's up here.
Up there.
It's number 1, 3 Amigos. Period. End of discussion.
End of discussion.
Number 2, Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
3, Tombstone. 4, Fievel Goes West. I'll throw that on there.
I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
It has it in the title. So
it has it in the title.
So that's like another funny one. And then 5 would be, I'll round it out with Django. Okay. Like as my funny-ish, maybe not different. Considered.
No Back to the Future 3.
No, I'll leave that for my honorable mention.
Okay.
Because I've seen most of that one.
You've not what?
Yeah. I have them all. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I've seen most.
Tony just ranking another movie as it sees.
That's my thing. That's mine. No one can take that away from me. Is that the one where the Family Guy parodies, where he's like, "Mart, it's your kids, Marty"?
No, that's 2 that he parodies. Yeah.
That's still funny.
All right. Okay, so my top 5.
Your top 5 Westerns.
I'll save my funny one because I didn't. Blazing Saddles got to be my number 1 though. If I were to do a funny one, I think.
I don't know, it's 3 of me. I've only seen that once, and I was younger, so I didn't get most of it, but I still remember a lot of it.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 Amigos. I watched that almost yearly, like if not more, because.
Okay.
Hey, El Guapo. Love that movie. Okay, so you're
all right. My serious one. I'm gonna. After talking about this movie, I got to move it up, just because it's so good. But my number 1's still gonna be The Good, the Bad, the Ugly with Clint Eastwood. Mm-hmm. Just a fantastic movie. I'm gonna put The Searchers number 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna move it.
Bumping it way up.
Bumping it way up.
I like it.
But then number 3, Tombstone. Number 4, True Grit, both of them. Although I would lean towards, I like the newer one more than the other one.
More than the other?
Yeah. Then number 5 now, Young Guns.
Yes.
With Emilio Estevez and as Billy the Kid and Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland. It's like a crazy, crazy cast. And then my honorable mentions, Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood, Hateful Eight, Django, because they're both kind of like on the fringe of westerns.
They're definitely in that world, the realm. I would say would probably be.
And then this one's kind of a funny one, but still, Rio Bravo with John Wayne and Dean Martin. It's a very good one.
Oh, then I definitely don't think I've.
Yeah, but those are, I feel like there's another one that I was thinking of earlier.
And I'm sure there's a couple or a bunch of Western movies I've seen them. Like, I have no recollection. I was trying to think, okay, what movies have I seen with horses or like with vast landscapes? I'm like,
And then it was Westworld, the show, but it's not really a Western anymore.
Right, they kind of went away from the Western part of it right away.
But like I would throw like Back to the Future on my funny one, and just because he calls himself Clint Eastwood, it's just
because of the way it.
Yeah, we'll have to do a parody one of that because we've done a parody of almost everything so far. We need Spaceball. We almost have to do all the Mel Brooks ones. I feel like that could be on our other show though.
Yeah,
easily.
Because that would encompass a lot more.
That would be a very long episode though. But yeah,
it'd be totally worth it.
It would. But looks like that's been our show today. Hope you enjoyed it.
You can follow us on social media and our website, timandtonytalk.com. And remember, share this with your friends.
And make sure to join us next week for the Mild Manner movie review. Give us some suggestions if you have them.
Yes. Tweet us, Facebook, anything.
Anything, yeah.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
And I'm Tony. We are the Dynamic Duo. Good night.